and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in Alabama so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You're bringing your daughter to her favorite pop star's concert. Do you A, wear earplugs?
Isn't this fun, Dad?
I'll have a soft pretzel.
B, remember the moment with matching concert t-shirts?
That's gonna be $180.
Or we can just take a photo.
C, show her how you used to do concerts.
We're going crowd surfing.
I can't. He's too heavy. Oh my God. Oh.
Or D, just roll with it.
Woo! Justin! Look at us! We're over here!
Justin! OMG! He just looked. I love you, Justin! I love you!
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time, or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing. We have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates. Residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for the Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Smokey, Captain Cool, and the Bandi Man.
How you like me now? 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 Remember the time.
Hello and welcome into a Tipsy Tuesday here in No Man's Land. That's right, we're all drunk in studio. As you can see, I almost knocked over my glass. That is a joke, by the way. We are not drunk. We're just having fun here. Welcome to the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. I'm your host, Captain Cool.
Oh my goodness! It's
Captain Cool. Someone lose a grenade? Oh yeah. Make sure you guys find us online at the... I wish that would just like slowly ease out. But yeah, make sure you guys find us online at theblitzsportsradio.com and on Facebook at The Blitz Sports Radio. And make sure while you're at it, go to Twitter and find us at @theblitz_sports. And while you're at all those, also go and follow us on Twitch and YouTube at WZZN TV for more than just sports talk. And if you want to make an audible or join in on any of the conversations today, call us at 256-576-4977. And this first hour is presented by the guys over at Woody Anderson Ford. It is the place to get the coolest cars for the best prices. And you're live hanging with the chillest crew in sports radio, and to my left, a chill guy himself, the Bandi Man Lowry.
Oh, you know it. They all got to...
Yeah, we're bringing it back, baby.
They all got to fall in. And hey, I'm about to be challenging you on those hotkeys here pretty soon. I got a soundboard of my own that I can let rock over here at any moment. So just to keep you on your toes, Smokey, you're not the only producer in the building, let alone on the show. I know my way around a board.
Yeah, we brought him right in.
Oh, somebody says that he knows his way around a board now. Oh,
I got to get myself a board.
I know.
Big words from a big man.
So you've got the power over there with our intro hotkeys, but I got some hotkeys.
I got the power right there.
He turned me off, too. He turned me off.
That's a real display of power right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, boys?
I mean, it's a Tuesday, and it seems like we're having a little bit of fun, so I'm all for that, guys. I got a Trash Pandas game later on, so that should be fun. And then me and Bandi are going to figure out what we're going to do tonight, maybe play some Turbo Golf Racing.
Indeed.
Possibly.
I mean, we almost got 3 stars on, what is it, the Wild stage? That's the zone. That's the third zone?
The city.
Let's see, Wild, Urban, and then I don't remember what the third one is.
I think it's like a city or something like that.
I mean, I thought it was Wild at the very end.
Well, Wild is the third stage or third category.
The third
of
world.
Tracks, yeah.
We'll say that. Third world. Yeah, we are very close to finishing it, so we might as well do it.
I got enough stars to where I can now get that spin action going on. I don't know if you guys ever have tried that spin action, but I've been seeing some people rock it like big time.
Okay, is it the one where you can like kind of hit to the side and you can hit a ball, or what?
Hit the ball from the side, and it'll give you a nice little spin action with the way that kind of like a good old fashioned curveball.
Yeah, I think I've got a hold of that one.
Yeah.
I think I got a hold of it.
Like we've tried. Man, it just can be so inconsistent sometimes with the shots, because sometimes I feel like just the way the track is laid out, like I feel like I'll be going in to where I can get like a really good curve on it, and I want to try to fade it into a ring.
Yeah.
But because the way the track is set up, I'll end up driving too far up because I'll slide down the hill, and I'll end up hitting it straight out of bounds.
Yeah, and you got to watch out for going uphill because you lose a lot of speed while you're doing that.
Especially if you're in the long grass.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I at least got that no sand issue badge.
Yeah.
I mean that's a saving grace one, but my other one right now, I'm going to try out the spin because I got that last night. I didn't have any extra time to do it, but the other boost that I have with the no slowing down with sand is hitting the ball straight.
Yeah.
Okay. But with the way that I've been going up in these races and all that, I've been noticing that people that are able to do that curve and work it nicely with certain particular stages, it's like I need to work on that.
They usually get the best shot cam as well, and that's always
How many circuits have you guys won?
in just like playing?
Yeah.
Just like regular multiplayer?
Yeah.
I think solo, I think I've just won 2. I haven't really played multiplayer that much. It's really just been trying to 3-star all the solo stages
It's
first.
true. That is true. I think I've got 6, but I was feeling pretty hard whenever we were really into it. So
I will admit, some of those tracks really do like hard dog leg to the right or left. So if you're able to curve it really well, like huge advantage.
What is it? That curvy corners level.
Yes. It's literally just like a bunch of turns. You have to go like 180-degree turn, and so that's whack.
I'm pretty sure that took us like half an hour to 3-star.
There's a few of them that shouldn't have taken us a half an hour to 3-star, like the one with the trees and all that stuff. I think the walk in a forest or something. I don't know.
Oh, the walk in the trees?
Yeah.
Level where you actually, it's all trees around the hole and you have to gingerly work your way around it instead of trying to and that's how I've won so many races in the multiplayer with that is once I get to that point, I take my time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't try.
See, that's fine for multiplayer, but then when you get to solo and you're under that time crunch, and some of these 3-star times are not forgiving.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Like,
you are right.
It is not, like, the 3-star time on that one, you have to play it fast. You can't gingerly go around. So that's why it took us so long, because we kept trying to hit it hard into the ring on the side that would automatically get it into the hole, but we just kept missing.
Yeah, we eventually got it, though. I think Bandi hit a solid shot, and I'm glad because I didn't want to have to do it again.
Oh, or worse, it would hit the ring, land in front of the hole, and then take like an extra 5 seconds to roll in.
Yeah, that happened a lot, or it hit very high, and it took forever for it to finally just go down into the hole. So, yeah. Maybe me and Bandi can finish that game tonight. That'd be awesome if we could. I don't know how much time we'll have, but who cares really? Because we're going to be coming back at it tomorrow with the Hump Day edition of the Afternoon Blitz. So we're very excited about that. Smokey, tell the people where everybody can find us.
Well, they can follow us on Twitter. I'm at Rose Scholar. You, the captain, are at CPTCool420. Bandi is at BLowry2016. Also, like you mentioned with the Twitch and all that. But the Blitz, you can follow on Twitter at the Blitz_sports. And I am currently finishing up the poll question that we are putting out.
Nice.
So
You'll have to ask us what it is so we can get our inputs on the station and also go and do it ourselves because we want to contribute to it.
All right, so I've been looking at a little bit of the Heisman odds, and there's been a good bit of fluctuation, obviously, with the beginning of the season coming up. We've had the beginning of the season. We had some games go on already.
Week 0.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I had to get that cough out there real quick, and I don't want to do that like all in everybody's ear. But all right, so it is now out.
Okay.
The Afternoon Blitz poll question, which you could go to at the Blitz_sports on the Twitter, is which long shot? When long shot, I'm getting plus 2,000 or more on the betting odds. Would you put money on to win the Heisman?
Okay. All right, let me see who
Your options are Will Anderson at plus 2,000, which means you bet 100, you win 2K.
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs, running back for Alabama, transfer running back at Alabama, whose odds have dramatically gone up in the last 2 weeks to plus 2,500.
Okay.
Hendon Hooker, whose odds have dropped from 40 to 1. Now he's 66 to 1. He's at plus 6,600.
Okay.
Or the Florida quarterback, Anthony Richardson, who is at plus 4,000. I needed to keep it SEC-centric, so that's why we've got the top 4 SEC guys at plus 2,000 or worse.
Okay. All right.
Let me make sure, though, that I got that all correct.
So, Bandi, who are you going with on this poll?
See, if I had to pick, Will Anderson.
Okay, on our poll question, that's who he's going to pick. We'll talk about who we think who's actually going to win it, after. But so you say Will Anderson?
Yeah, I think he's not only the best lineman on the Alabama defense, which is already stacked with good linemen, but the best linebacker in college football.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. And the reason I didn't pick him is because he's on the defense. And it's really rare for defensive players to win one, especially nowadays with all these star quarterbacks. And the offense is just being spectacular. So I actually did a little thing that would make you guys surprised. I picked Anthony Richardson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He does have good potential, good upside. Well, I wouldn't say good potential, but I would say his potential is there.
Yeah, yeah.
To be a excellent quarterback.
Oh yeah, and he's got plenty of opportunities to really prove himself this season to show like everybody that he is a Heisman candidate because he is a quarterback in the SEC that has to go against some tough teams, and any of those teams, depending on how he performs, it could push him drastically in the Heisman poll. So I'm looking for him to do some big stuff. Plus, the Florida fans have a lot to say about him, and most of it's pretty good. So look forward to see that.
Well, with me, I had to go Homer-wise just a little bit. And, I wanted to put it down at 40 to 1. It's at 66 to 1. I should have done this one at the state line instead of the over-under for 7.5 on Tennessee. But Hendon Hooker is my choice. And the main thing is that you look at 31-3 last year in 10 games started. Hell of a ratio for touchdowns to interceptions. His 3 interceptions, I believe one was Florida, one was Alabama, and one was Georgia. Hendon Hooker also has something that Anthony Richardson does not. Well, Anthony Richardson has one time to have a true Heisman moment when Florida and Georgia play in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Hendon Hooker has 2 with Bama and Georgia in the calendar. But then you look at Jahmyr Gibbs and Will Anderson. Will Anderson, everybody was debating in this area Will Anderson or Bryce Young last year. And that's the thing, is that we've got Bryce Young still here. So that anybody with Bama is going to be fighting with Bryce for Heisman votes.
Exactly, yeah. So it's gonna. I mean, it'll be tough for him, especially coming from Georgia Tech and all that stuff. But he's a great running back already. And then having a stellar SEC line is just that'll help out big time. And depending on how he plays and how Bryce plays, it's just gonna be anybody's game. I'm hoping, but yeah, I mean, we're all gonna find out in a few days here when they go up against Utah State on the 3rd of September.
And speaking of that, we have Charlie Potter for Bama Online coming up at 3 o'clock today to discuss said game, and we might ask him a little bit about this Heisman setup because, I mean, seeing Jahmyr Gibbs jump all the way up to plus 2,500, he's almost at the same odds that Will Anderson was, who finished top 5 in the Heisman last year.
Yeah.
That just says a lot of stuff about Jahmyr Gibbs. So we're going to see from Charlie Potter later on in this here particular radio show of just how much influence Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have with this offense. But, Captain, lead us away.
Yes, sir. I will do just that. Now, today is Tuesday, August 30th, 2022. And, guys, it looks like Jimmy G is staying a 49er for one more year, but he's going to be a backup for Trey Lance. So that's a pretty good backup. A little expensive for a backup, but you know what? I think he can do his due diligence as a backup for the 49ers, even though he could be starting for a different team like the Seahawks or the Browns. But I guess that's just not going to happen this season. It sucks to be a Seahawks fan because, I don't even know. Like, Geno Smith, Drew Lock, all that drama. They had a controversy. It's a nice little QB battle they had going on, and Geno Smith won that QB battle. And, yeah, I don't see a longevity with that, so I feel like Jimmy G would have been great for the Seahawks to bring in. And then it's totally out of the Browns question because, first off, we're going with Jacoby Brissett as a quarterback. And as much as I'd love to see Jimmy G in the brown and orange, that does not look likely. So those questions and speculations are out of the window. Jimmy G is staying a 49er for at least one more year, so we will see what happens next year. But we'll update you guys next year on that, so it's not really that big of a deal. But on the other hand, we'll get to see Kenyon Drake in a new color scheme as the Ravens picked him up after the Raiders dropped him. And, Kenyon Drake, he is a stellar player. We all saw him whenever he was in Alabama, and, that's college football, so it's a different sport. He did very well there, but in the NFL, he just hasn't really found a place to stick and call home because he played for the Dolphins, the Cardinals, the Raiders, and now he is on the Ravens. And, it is a very jam-packed backfield, but it's very shaky at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL has always really favored that kind of Derrick Henry style running back where it's more grounded and, heavier.
Yeah.
And Kenyon Drake has always been he's always been a faster running back, more acrobatic.
Yeah.
Like more kind of fake you out, juke you out kind of running back.
Exactly, yeah, the opposite of Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
So he is a very quick dude. So, you can see the likes of him getting in the end zone probably a few times this season. But we got to wait until we see him on the field, how he's going to play. He's been in the league for, I think, 6 seasons now. So, he's getting up there in age. And it's crazy because I remember him just the other day beating LSU. And I was just like, holy crap, like, that was 6 years ago. Jeez, we're really going forward in time. Moving on from that, Serena Williams. Yes, that is right. The U.S. Open started, and Serena Williams got her first little dub. She beat Danka Kovinic. COVID? Not COVID. No COVID. But yeah.
She beat COVID.
She beat COVID. No. But
it's over, guys. She beat it.
Serena Williams announced earlier this year that she would be retiring after this season or this year is ending. She said she was going to play in the U.S. Open, and she did just that. And I want to talk a little bit more about it later in the show on the cool segment because she won in a 6-3, 6-3. So she's just very, very stellar. I watched the match. Golly, dude, she is 40 years old and still moving the way she is. I got to admit, it's pretty ridiculous. And it's pretty funny because I think, she's right next to us on the screen, on the TV screen. So they're talking about it right now. So that's cool.
Did y'all see who was in the crowd for that night, by the way?
I didn't see who was in the crowd. Who was it?
Oh,
Will Smith?
You didn't see our former president, old Slick Willie with Dr. Ruth?
Really?
Wait, what?
Slick Willie. First off, Slick Willie. That's questionable. Continue on that, Smokey.
Yeah, please continue.
Wait, you don't know about Slick Willie?
I know about Slick Willie, but who is it to the people who don't know?
Oh, that's William Jefferson Clinton.
Oh no.
Slick Willie. Jeez.
Hey man.
And then Ruth? Who's Ruth?
Dr. Ruth.
Who's Doc?
Oh my! All right.
All right, who's Dr. Ruth?
Dr. Ruth. She is a German-American sex therapist that had her heyday back in the 90s and early 2000s.
Okay. She's got plenty of, I don't know why she's there.
She is 94 years old.
Wowzers.
What?
Wow. She's old. She's
so,
up there.
let's say about 20 years ago, she was giving some major sex advice to couples and all that back in the day when she was in her 70s.
Jeez.
Wow.
She knows it. She knows it. Hey, age, it doesn't always mean dusty. Moving on. Okay. Moving on from sex advice workers.
Oh, what the hell?
Moving on.
Hold on. I got something for that.
Oh my God.
What are you guys laughing about? It's true.
All right.
Can we talk about the Calvin Ridley thing now?
Yeah. Well, I actually wanted to move on to the Brian Robinson thing. Yeah, he actually leaves the hospital, and we don't know what's going to happen with him this season, but he did leave the hospital after being shot in an armed robbery in Washington, D.C., and it looks like he's already off to a speedy recovery, which is great for him, but Ron Rivera is still unsure when the former Alabama running back will return. And yeah, he's another one of those guys. He's kind of in the middle when it comes to Kenyon Drake and the man Derrick Henry, the king of running backs. Because he's a big dude. He's a pinball. He just like bounces off people. He does things, but he's quick as well. But he's not as he's not as maneuverable as Kenyon Drake. So. Hopefully he can get back from this. I mean, if he took 2 shots to the lower extremities and he's coming back this quick, I mean, that's a man right there. So I could put that in the cool segment, but I'm not going to. And then moving on, finally, I'm going to talk about Albert Pujols because he's chugging along in the record books by hitting his 696th home run last night against the Reds. Along with that, he has also now hit, get this, home runs off of 450 different pitchers. He just keeps going up. Yeah, he's got a lot of little awards going on, and that is absolutely insane. And now he's sitting at 2 shy home runs of Alex Rodriguez for all-time home runs in a career. So go off Albert Pujols. And then we were also informed about some gang violence before the show started. Looks like there's something going on. Calvin Ridley among these targets of gang-related celebrity home robberies and other robberies, I guess. I honestly, I was just told about this by Smokey. So, Smokey, I'll let you take the lead on this one because you might know just a little bit more than I do about this.
Well, I was just going through, and obviously when you're working all these radio shows that you have to go through and see all the content that is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden I see this 26 gang members in the metro Atlanta area are indicted after a series of celebrity home invasions that included not only just Calvin Ridley, but Atlanta United star Brad Guzan, Real Housewives star Marlo Hampton, and Mariah Carey.
Oh my gosh, I love her. She sings music, doesn't she?
Hey, man. I mean, Christmas isn't Christmas unless you have Mariah on it.
Of course. And did I ever tell you, I ran into her actually at a Predators game. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Do you know that? Whenever she was with Mike Fisher. Is she still with him?
Mike Fisher?
Who's the skater she used to date? Does she still date him? I have no idea.
Mariah Carey?
Is it Mariah Carey? I might be thinking about
Carrie
Carrie
Underwood.
Carrie
Underwood.
Look at that. I ran into Carrie Underwood.
Mariah
guys.
Carey is was Mrs. Nick Cannon.
I know which one she is. Yeah, now I know which one she is. Eminem has sung about her a few times, so that's like my main knowledge of her. But sorry, I got them mixed up, guys.
Hey, just remember, all she wants for Christmas is you, my friend.
No. She can't have it. She can't have it.
Oh, you lie.
I'm taken,
No,
guys.
No, you
know
lie.
Come on now.
She would be one of your top 5, wouldn't she?
top 5 celebrities that I'd go for?
Well, you know the top 5 list that some couples actually do. Be like,
Oh, okay.
Like my wife, Henry Cavill's in her top 5.
Hell yeah, she knows what she's talking about.
Elizabeth Banks is in her top 5.
So let me do this really quick, okay? I'm gonna do a top 5 with you guys, all right? Really quick. Before we go into break, let me do this. Okay, so I'm gonna say number 1, Sarah Jean Underwood.
Who?
Oh yes, yes.
Let's just say yoga, guys. All right.
Hold on.
No. Bailey, he is absolutely correct in this one.
Okay, no, I'm looking it up.
Oh no. Don't you look that up.
We can't have that on the Wi-Fi.
No, we can't have that on the Wi-Fi.
Oh no, we can't.
No,
we can. She's
Okay,
not
good.
like a adult porn star or anything. Come on.
Well,
now.
she did do Playboy.
She did do Playboy.
And
but,
was Playmate of the Year.
But that's not I don't want to say that's porn. Okay.
No.
Number 2, I'd say Jessica Negri. She's a cosplayer. Bandi.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay. Thank you. And then I'm just gonna do 3. So I would also do Henry Cavill. Don't quote me on that, please.
But Jessica Negri, I actually, Yaya Han's another cosplayer that I'm a fan of as well. Not just by the looking, but God, they have such great detail on their stuff.
I know exactly. See, whenever I always tell my whenever I'm dating somebody, I'm always like, hey, I have 2 loves, all right, you and Jessica Negri. So you can't say anything about it. You can't bring this up in an argument. I told you now, so you have been warned. But I've recently had, a while ago, I kind of ended up unfollowing her and just kind of going away from that, 'cause,
You wanted to get away from that thirst trap?
Had to get away from it, dude.
It was getting too much
Too
for
much.
you?
Too much. What started out as Pokemon cosplay turned into everything under the sun, and I don't want to see her have to go to OnlyFans and expose too much of herself, because that would just ruin it for me, because I'm like, I don't want to see her in that light, even though that's kind of what she's portraying constantly.
You don't want to see her in that light?
It'll ruin it for me, dude. It'll ruin it for me. I just like to have it in my mind. I don't want other people seeing her. Oh my God. I'm joking.
All you gotta do is just go to her Instagram page and you can just see boy.
I'm gonna say this real quick though before we go to break. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna say it. Okay, so we're gonna head on to a break, guys. You are listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The tech show's on this month. I was thinking of looking at home security systems.
Oh, cool. I'll go with you. We're looking for more home security ideas, too. That's why I called Budget Blinds.
Budget blinds?
Look at this.
A remote for the blinds.
Yep, motorized.
Okay, well, that's beyond cool. I love it. But what does it have to do with home security?
Oh, they also come with a timer. The blinds and drapes open themselves in the morning, close in the evening.
Oh, so it looks like somebody's home even when you're not.
Exactly, and I saved a bunch of money. Sally saved a bunch of money.
Ha, but you'll take the credit.
Yeah.
My brother, the tech genius.
Thanks, man.
Now, give me that remote.
Budget Blinds motorized window coverings are the ultimate in luxury, and during the Luxury Within Reach event, they're even more affordable. The more you buy, the more you save, with savings up to $2,000. Hurry and call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now before this offer ends, or go online to budgetblinds.com. Don't miss out. Call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now. Offer good on select products at participating independently owned and operated franchises. Restrictions may apply. Ask for details.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on 2 services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer.
I'm a barber.
A waitress. A mom.
We're all part of your community.
Every day we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good, others not so much.
But that's life. It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty.
something or someone's behavior that doesn't seem quite right.
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not.
It's not about paranoia
or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern.
We
trust our instincts.
just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Look out in the street there. You know what you don't see? My car, because I had to sell it to pay the lawyer I hired when I got busted for drunk driving. You know what else you don't see? My girlfriend, who decided that a guy with no car and no license and no money was no fun. And hey, you know what else you don't see? You don't see me leaving for work in the morning, because I missed so much time with court and everything that I got fired.
Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Come along, take a ride. There's a party over there that ain't no job. It's live, it's all the way live.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Afternoon Blitz here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Network. I'm your host, the Bandi Man, a.k.a. Bailey Lowry, joined on my right by Captain Cool John Abraham and our always reliable producer, Smokey Mike Huncho.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
If you want to join the show, you can call in at 256-576-4977, or you can follow us on Twitter at the Blitz_sports and Facebook at the Blitz Sports Radio. And you can follow me at B Lowry 2016, Captain Cool at CPT Cool 420, which he still claims is his birthday.
It do be.
And Smokey Mike Huncho. Smokey Mike Huncho at Rose Scholar. So we got some good video game news today. Some Counter-Strike might be getting a new engine, and Madden 23 reviews are in, and they are not looking good. That's all coming up here on the E Play-by-Play.
Time to catch up on esports with E Play-by-Play with the Bandi Man.
So CS:GO could be getting the Source 2 engine. So another set of leaks is pointing to Valve Source 2 engine possibly coming to CS:GO in the near future. The 1.36.8.4, yeah, that's a long version.
Long number.
Form of the game, which is reportedly the Source 2 port of CS:GO, was played on the 730 app ID on Steam, which is the regular version of the game that players use. So the fact that they were playing this version of the game on the same servers that every other player in the world uses, that could be a sign that CS:GO may be getting this update in the future.
Okay.
Now, a leaker did reveal that Valve has been making some other intriguing changes to the game's files. They explained that the developers made a backup version of CS:GO, which was followed by an update that had a little bit of client and server tweaks. Now, it's tough to say whether or not this is just the devs testing some minor changes, or if Valve really intends to actually release the Source 2 engine. So Aquarius has been reporting on Valve's work on Source 2 for months now, and it looks like the devs have been focusing on it behind the scenes.
Okay.
They actually recently imported a map of CS:GO called Cobblestone into the Source 2 engine, and there have been reportedly 5 other maps with Source 2 in their names, most notably Italy, Inferno, and Overpass.
What they got to do with Italy?
What they got to do with Italy?
What I got to do with Italy?
Well, these are 3 competitive maps.
Okay. So what will this do to the game if they get a new engine?
So it'll basically give it a lift. I mean, this is a very old game that's been running on the same engine for years. Madden. But CS:GO with these constant updates have been working around the engine, and now it seems like now that they've been working on Source 2 in the background, it may be time, because it's been out for like 13 years at least.
Yeah.
But it may be now time to implement that new engine and give their flagship, literally Valve's flagship game and competitive title, a much needed lift.
Yeah. So I think I see with this whole situation, it's kind of like they got all they could have out of the old engine, and that's what they're trying to do. They don't want to make a totally separate new game for CS:GO. They just want to keep updating it, and they're literally going to do everything they can to keep it that one same game.
Yeah, and honestly, it could work. Like with the Source 2 update, they could just they wouldn't have to change anything fundamental about how the game plays.
Yeah.
It could play the exact same, but maybe just animations would look a little more fluid. Just the back, like there'd be a little more detail, and there'd be more detail in the maps. They could implement more weapon-wise, cosmetic-wise. It would just kind of open up a lot of avenues, and not while keeping the fundamental gameplay of Counter-Strike the same.
So this also opens up the question of why aren't other games doing stuff like this, like Overwatch going to Overwatch 2? Like, why aren't they just... Because once Overwatch 2 comes out, Overwatch 1's not going to exist. Overwatch 2 is going to replace it completely. So why aren't they... I mean, I know are they sticking with the same engine with Overwatch? I know you might not be as into that as I am, but it's like one question. Is same with Madden. Instead of, coming out with a brand new game, why not just do like a $30 update every single year? And they just change it that way.
Yeah, see, I mean, with Madden, it's a little bit different because they've been coming out with brand new games, but they just kind of keep implementing these small little things into the same engine they've been using since like Madden 09.
Exactly.
Or like, actually, no, I think the modern Madden engine's like Madden 13. I think.
Madden 13, because that's when they changed over to the form of the game where they did not have any music. They had the stock songs.
Music?
They didn't have any licensed music except for NFL licensed music. That's crazy. But then ever since the new gen games started coming out, that's kind of what they've been doing. Just doing the exact same thing every single year, just updating the roster. And everybody's talking about it. And we're going to get into that even later because we're going to be talking about it too.
Yeah. But for now, we're going to move over to Valorant. Because a Valorant coach has come out and said that using Chamber, one of the agents in the game, may actually make players worse. So Chamber has been a perpetual thorn in every player's side pretty much since his release. Despite his 2 rounds of nerf, the French Sentinel, and I say Sentinel in quotes, is as viable as ever. And the key parts of his kit like Headhunter and Tour de Force, his ultimate, which is just a free op, remain just as lethal. He was the most picked agent at Masters Copenhagen, and virtually every last chance qualifier, the Chamber meta has taken over Pro Valorant in the past couple of months.
Copenhagen.
But one Valorant coach has questioned whether the Dapper Sentinel is actually bad for the star duelist and operator users who most often play him. Now, this is because a lot of the Chamber players were actually former Jet players, another duelist in the game, who plays a very similar role to Chamber in that they were the dedicated operator because they had abilities to where they could quickly peek somebody, maybe quickly get off a kill, maybe the even opposing operator, and then quickly retreat back into safety.
Yeah.
Chamber had his teleport where he could set down and then go back to a set location, and then Jet has like a little mini dash that she can do. So it would always be op dash or op teleport, and it'd be very quick and very hard to counter. But here's what the coach had to say. Many of the players currently on Chamber are, again, ex-Jet mains or primary duelists whose careers have been made as much by their proactive play as their mechanical prowess. As we tentatively round the corner on Chamber's omnipresence, how successful will these players be at rekindling their proactive instinct and intuition for risk-reward equilibrium? Now, I think Chamber overall, he does kind of need a mini rework, or at the very least, he should not be classified as a Sentinel. If you're going to classify someone as a Sentinel, make them more defensive tool. He only really has one defensive lockdown tool, while other Sentinels either have their entire kit based around lockdown, such as Killjoy, or they do maybe 2 or 3 abilities in their kit that act as lockdown, but then the other one is used for something like utility.
Yeah.
Someone's a la Brimstone. Because he has smokes for utility, but mollies and his ultimate for lockdown. Sentinel is just that came so clear on the mic. Just the jiggling ice in that UAH cup. But
we can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Smokey.
Oh, wait, you could... yeah, I need to turn my mic on. Even though...
I heard you laughing over there.
my booming voice here. Apparently I'm loud. I don't know what the hell people are talking about. But, with it being a Tipsy Tuesday, I don't know what you got jingling around in there. But it's it's sounding like it might be tasting mighty fine.
Yeah, it's the cup water that you get from that one Chinese place at the mall.
Cup water.
I just poured it in this, and the ice fell in there too. But Bandi, okay, so when you were talking about this guy Chamber, all right?
Yeah.
I'm not too much of a Valorant dude, so I need you to break this down. Why, to the simple people, all right? 'Cause I'm a simple person. Break it down. Why is Chamber? Why is Chamber making players bad at the game?
Well, I wouldn't say they're making them worse. It's that they're diverting their skill set elsewhere. They're former duelist players who are now on a different class of agent.
Yeah.
But that agent has very similar tools to a duelist. So it's kind of like familiar territory. But with the way that Chamber has been so omnipresent, and it's a different kind of skill set, because with Jet, I need to kind of. I'm trying to think about how to word this.
Okay, so you think about that, but the way you made me think about this is like certain characters in Overwatch. So we have Moira, where with her, if you play as her just as main, you're like, the only way you get people is by literally getting close to them and clicking a button, and you're just sucking their life up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
See, that would make a player worse at the game if they had to play any other character, because just playing her, you don't have to shoot, you don't have to really aim, and you can just throw orbs and stuff like that. So that's what I was kind of getting. I was like, oh, is this guy one of those dudes? Kind of like Winston from Overwatch as well, where you just get near the guy, you don't have to be accurate with your shots, you just kind of electrocute the people. So I just was going like in that direction where you were going into a different direction, but continue on.
Yeah, it's kind of like with Jet, one of the primary duelists in Valorant. Her kit is built around, well, fighting. And that she has dashes for mobility. I think she has limited smokes, but they're not very useful. You got whole other agents dedicated to smoking off areas and cutting off line of sight. But she does have that little bit of utility, but it's mainly dashes, ways to get in, and then her ultimate are knives. And what that allows her to do is completely save on buying a gun in one round.
Okay.
Because it's primarily used, I get to save my money to help my team out, and I can use my ultimate to do my damage.
Yeah. Okay. I forget the game works like a CSGO in the way that you buy the guns and all that stuff, and you keep them for the next round if you survive. So
with Chamber, he has two of those. He has his free op as his ultimate, as well as a free, basically deal via the Valorant equivalent of a Desert Eagle.
Okay.
That as part of his kit. He has one lockdown ability, and then a teleport, and they classify him as a Sentinel, as a defensive lockdown agent. And you can kind of see that with his op, because again, you're going to lock down an area with an op, but who gets the op mainly? Duelists. Because they have the power to pick off people on the other team and get out safely. Sentinels don't have that option.
Yeah.
You gave Chamber that option for more lockdown and a free tool, and then also give your duelist that you already have, which is probably another Jet on your team, also an op.
Yeah.
Okay. Or she can econ and go knives, so you have knives up for free.
So yeah, there does need to be some work. I notice what you're talking about now. He's kind of overstepping his boundaries a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Plus, I did see the Deagle, and it looks pretty cool. It's not a real Deagle, but it's like a futuristic, type of gun with the little scope that pops up and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool.
And I hate it because I guarantee you, if I really got back into Valorant and I wanted to put my mind to Valorant, I would play Chamber because he has one of the coolest designs in the game.
Oh yeah, he reminds me a lot of Ash from Overwatch as well. I'm doing a lot of similarities to Overwatch just because to me these games are very similar in the way that they have heroes and all that stuff, and it's just that arena type of game. But yeah, he reminds me of Ash with that just like the long rifle type gun, and then a little gun as well that could blow people away.
Yeah, and then it's like he's got the suit on.
Yeah.
He's French, and he's basically a Kingsman agent.
Yeah, he literally is. He's straight out of the movie.
But they're probably gonna either rework him or nerf him. But Rich Chamber meta is probably gonna be around for a little while longer. But if you like EA games, well, we got some news for you. There have been some glitches found, and you can play FIFA 23 for free.
I'm doing it right now.
Well, you can download and play it a month before release if you were a part of the beta.
Oh, okay.
And what that means, all it was, by the way, is just they downloaded the beta, they then updated it after the beta was over, and that allowed people full access to FIFA 2023.
Yo, that is kind of insane, actually.
So now plenty of leaks have been coming out of player ratings, player teams, kits that haven't been revealed yet, modes you can do. People have been already hopping on Ultimate Team too, because of course they have. They want to get the first to get those primo players.
Jeez.
And I imagine probably even a month before release, they already have their shop open.
That'd be funny. They can go into the shop and start buying stuff. It's like, oh yeah, we got to make sure at least if these guys can play the game early, they better be going into the shop.
Hey, if there are some games out there that are already like in closed alpha and they have a shop open, it would not surprise me if some of these AAA companies had their shop open like before they got a lot of the other modes done.
Yeah, I mean, Halo Infinite's been in beta forever, and their shop's just.
Is it still in beta?
I have no idea, dude. They say they said it was a beta when it came out. I don't know if it's still a beta, probably, but they're adding a lot to it at least. So they're doing something to the beta. But yeah, they really care about that shop.
Yep. But this glitch has allowed them to play this a month early, including the ratings of Real Madrid, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Paris Saint-Germain, and player ratings. For example, Mohamed Salah has a 90 overall rating in FIFA 23, the same as Cristiano Ronaldo.
There you go. There you go. He's going to be a good player in that game. I know nothing about soccer, by the way.
See, I know a little bit about pro soccer, but mainly Bundesliga.
Bundesliga.
The German league, because I am a fan of Bayern Munich.
Oh, of course.
Why does that not surprise me that you're one of them German dudes?
Because me and my brother always played as him on FIFA, and Manuel Neuer is the best goalie in every FIFA.
So do you celebrate with Das Boot?
But Das Boot.
Das Boot.
Das Boot.
I used to celebrate with Lewandowski whenever he would score every single goal for me, but now he's on a whole other team.
Jeez.
It's a Tipsy Tuesday. That's the reason why I asked if you celebrated with Das Boot.
That's why they cheers.
I know it's a Tipsy Tuesday, but I don't know. That's one thing I've wanted to try, though. I've never had the Das Boot, but I've wanted to try it.
Same. I want to drink out of a boot, too. Maybe I just got
not of an actual boot.
See, I was just about to say that. Maybe I need to go down to Nashville, ask somebody, hey, you got a boot I can borrow, and then just pour beer inside of it and chug it.
No, you don't even need to do that. Just go to any SEC campus on Saturday and go to any fraternity party.
I'm not allowed in there anymore.
on any SEC campus, on any fraternity.
The last Alabama-Arkansas game got a little rowdy for me, so it was a Tuesday. No.
Oh, my
God. Far from it.
But final story for today, and, I mean, I hate it for the franchise as a whole, but it's...
What a shame.
Just EA Sports.
EA Sports. What a shame.
Exactly.
Madden 23 reviews are out, and people are dragging it. It has not been a good release.
Good.
And I mean, for good reason. Why? Again, we talked about it a little bit earlier. They've been using the same engine since 2K13. Mm-hmm. The same Frostbite engine from almost a decade ago.
Now, I think whenever they came out with the Frostbite engine, it was on... It might have been 2015, which was also, they called it 25. It was Madden 25 because it was the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I do remember, though, the 2013 game is when they were kind of swaying that way towards the Frostbite engine. And they weren't trying as hard because of the new games on the next-gen console, as well as the Xbox 360. And they also had a port on the PlayStation Vita that I actually played extensively.
On the Vita?
Yeah, on the Vita. And it's like the only Madden game you can get on the Vita. So yeah, but no, this is what should have happened years ago. We should just tell the truth, and maybe we'll get a new Madden game that actually feels like a new game instead of playing an updated version of the same game last year.
Or just don't buy it.
I mean, I wish, but I mean, what can we do? I mean, the kids who want to play simulation football are gonna go buy it. And no one else can make an NFL game because EA has a stranglehold and monopoly on the license. So if they ever try to, they're going to get sued into oblivion before it even gets a trailer.
I have a way.
You have a way?
What was that voice?
I have a way.
You know the way?
I have a way. This is the way. Now, here's the way. The way is play Doug Flutie Maximum Football.
Yes. Doug Flutie Maximum Football.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
Or Tecmo Bowl.
This is the way.
I used to play one of my favorite ones. Obviously, I loved Madden 09 and I loved Madden 08. But it was 2K5 football that came out where you could have your own crib and you could play against Steve-O's football team and all that stuff.
Still the best football game of all time.
The best football game of all time. And even to this day, it has probably 7 times the features that Madden 2023 has.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Bandi, but one of the features that I'm really missing on that.
The bobblehead collection you can have?
No. That
pretty
stuff
cool
was cool
too.
back
That was a nice touch.
But playing as a player and you're inside the helmet.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was pretty cool. It was more of a gimmick, but I remember they used like the Michael Vick, like they did the commercial
But with the way
for
technology is nowadays, that would work out so much better.
Yes, and so with the new NHL game, at least the trailer did this. It literally had first-person perspective in the trailer, and it looked really good. And I was like, are they just going to show us this first-person perspective and not give it to us in the actual game? So maybe they'll do a first-person perspective. I want that too, because it's just like, why not?
See, I'll counter y'all's best NFL game with NFL Street 2.
It is a good game. That is a good game.
NFL Street 2 was, it still is the best football game I've ever played.
Yeah. I will say this, I played it only on the PSP.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like those portable games, and I got all those, because I don't know, I like to be able to travel around with it. So
It's kind of fun because you're the only person besides me that I know owned a Vita.
I still have the Vita too.
You still have it?
I still got it, and I got it's sitting on my 3DS right now at home. So, but no, if I was gonna be honest with you guys, best football game before we go to break, best football game will be Kinect Football. That one extension you could have on the Kinect on the Xbox 360, where you could literally play the football games in a big football field on Kinect.
I remember that. Because,
I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
When I first got my 360, I got a Kinect with the Xbox. So I tried to connect out, did the whole Let's Dance and all like the Kinect Sports, all that other stuff. Done with it after 2 weeks.
Did you ever play Star Wars Kinect?
No.
Oh, the dancing. But the Xbox was cool. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. But I will say, Kinect is something that's fun to go back to every few years and play like the Olympics or something, and recreate bowling matches and all that stuff. So I will say, Kinect can be fun at times.
It can be,
and it can spy on you as well. So disconnect it when you're not connecting.
Yeah, it goes for everything. They're always watching. But we got to get to break. When we get back, we are going to wrap up the first hour and get into some good stories. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
With us today, Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville.
When we evaluate a patient and they indeed have significant venous disease, most third-party payers, private insurance, Medicare, require us to treat every patient conservatively at least 90 days. Conservative treatment includes increasing ambulation, elevation of the legs, and the wearing of compression stockings. It's very common for folks to come see us in March or April wanting to have their veins fixed before they go into swimsuits starting in June. When we see someone in March or April, they're going to require at least 90 days of conservative treatment before we can even go to the insurance carrier to get permission to treat their veins. So if you think you have a venous problem, now is the time to come in and get a free screening so we can determine whether or not you need something evaluated. If you have a vein problem or you think you may have a vein problem, now's the time to contact us at bestveincarehuntsville.com.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Are you in the market for a recreational vehicle? Do you want to get out and see more of this beautiful country? Well, imagine hearing the laughter of your little ones enjoying gooey s'mores by a cozy campfire and making lasting memories with your friends and family from the comfort of a new camper. We can make your dreams come true at Hall's RV. With over 15 years in the camping business, we know how to get our customers into the perfect camper. We have several models and floor plans here for you to choose from, both new and used. We're family owned and operated with fantastic deals and great service. Everyone wants to work with people they can trust, so come on down to Hall's RV and get the deal of a lifetime. We'll treat you right and get you on the road in the camper of your dreams. Visit us on Highway 431 in Albertville. Hall's RVs, where we sell fun. Or see us on the web at www.hallsrvsales.com.
Renowned sports artist Daniel A. Moore has teamed with master sculptor David Grieco to create Finish, the first in a line of limited edition bronzes. See the artist's work on Finish now at newlifeart.com. Finish captures Kenyon Drake's dive into the end zone after his 95-yard kickoff return in the 2016 National Championship game. Available in 3 sizes with the artist and Kenyon Drake signatures cast into each piece. Pre-casting prices are available at newlifeart.com. Hurry, this offer won't last long.
Welcome back to the Afternoon Blitz, everybody, here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Network. I'm one of your hosts, the Bandi Man, Bailey Lowry, joined by Captain Cool, John Abraham.
Yo, yo, yo.
And Smokey Mike Huncho behind the glass.
Behind the glass.
I was going to say something about the song that was just the bumper, but I'm going to just be quiet right now because Cody Rhodes hadn't returned back to the WWE. So there's a running joke that wrestling fans have with that particular entrance music.
Oh, my God. Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, what is it? No, don't hold your tongue on it.
I want to hear about it. We got time to talk about it.
Well, no. It's just like what all's happening on the current events of the day or something like that.
Oh.
And they do it to the tune of Adrenaline in My Soul, such and such Cody Rhodes. Whatever.
All right.
Yeah, real exciting.
Really exciting.
I mean, if I had some current events, Adrenaline in My Soul, celebrities getting robbed.
Yeah, the celebrities getting robbed is definitely the best current event to talk about.
Yeah, because who else was on the list? Mariah Carey was.
You had Mariah Carey, you had Real Housewives star, you had Calvin Ridley, you had some Atlanta United, but wait, what's the chat saying back there? Brad Gazan. Thank you, Chad.
Yeah, Brad Gazan.
The Chad is the man.
I'm going to say it was committed by members of the Drug Rich Gang.
Drug Rich Gang, you know what I'm saying? Can I say that?
It's not like the Pinky Out Gang, is it?
So, no. So, can I tell you guys about why I created the Pinky Out Gang? Because this is just bringing me back to high school when I first created it.
Well, you got about a minute.
Okay, I can do that. So there were a bunch of little fake kind of gangs coming up that people were like the No Name Gang, and then there was I forgot this other one, H&O. I think it was H&O or something like that. And I thought it was a hilarious thing. I thought it was so dumb. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'll create my own gang. So I was like, all right. And then they started threatening us. And I was like, well, I'm on the football team, and half of these guys will join this gang. So nobody else will do anything to us. So I created this goofy gang called the Pinky Out Gang with my buddy Macho. And it's not a real gang, but it's like a spoof. It's like Spooky. It's like Scooby in the gang, pretty much. But yeah, all those other gangs disappeared, and now this new gang, I guess, I'm gonna have to go to Atlanta and I'm gonna have to show them up. Do you guys think I'll get any death threats?
I mean, if you go, yeah.
If I go, I'm probably going to die. But if I say it on radio, I don't know. Can we get their contact information, send it to them? I'll box one of them in a boxing match.
Oh, really? Now?
Sanctioned. I gotta have people around us to make sure it's sanctioned.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That has to go through the Alabama Athletic Commission, and they suck.
Well, Atlanta. It can be in Atlanta.
The Georgia Athletic Commission isn't as good. It's better than Bama's, but yeah, not as good.
I wouldn't expect it to be.
I only know that through the local indie wrestlers of the area because they have to apply through the commission. But anyway, that's the end of hour number 1. Hour number 2 comes up with Charlie Potter of Bama Online. Woo. We're going to be previewing the Alabama opener against Utah State, talk about the depth chart and more. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Bailey Custom Boats. We knew our boats were special when we would stop at any outdoor store to stock up on supplies for a boat trip, only to come back out to the parking lot and see people standing on and around our boat and a confused sales rep telling them it's not for sale and they don't even have that type of boat. Fast forward a few years, and now you can buy your very own one-of-a-kind Bailey Custom Boat. We hand-cut our wood from cypress we pull from the river in Mississippi. There's a lifetime warranty on the bill, faster and more maneuverable like a ski boat, and better fuel mileage than any pontoon on the market. With 350 horsepower, a Bailey Custom Boat will go 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds. And our custom boats are Coast Guard approved for offshore and virtually unsinkable. We'll be showcasing our custom boats at different lakes over the next few weeks. Find out where at BaileyCustomBoats.com. On YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. We're taking orders now for 2023 delivery from April to May. You gotta pay to play. BaileyCustomBoats.com.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Alabama so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
That's not far.
What are we gonna do? Hike?
Sure.
Are we there yet?
Yep, it's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org, brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time?
The Blitz has been called. The Blitz has been called. The Blitz has been called. The Blitz has been called.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for the Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Smokey, Captain Cool, and the Bandi Man.
Hour number 2 of the Afternoon Blitz is live on this Tipsy Tuesday. Smokey alongside Captain Cool and the Bandi Man, taking you all the way up to 4 o'clock this afternoon. 256-576-4977 is the phone number to get into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. On Twitter, I'm at Rose Scholar. The captain's at CPT Cool 420. Yep. Bandi Man is at B Lowry 2016. The Blitz is at the Blitz_sports, where we've got our poll question of which Heisman long shot, which is plus 2,000 odds or more, would you put some cash on to win the Heisman this year?
Tula. Tulia.
Right now, Will Anderson is in the lead with 60% of the vote. And then Jahmyr Gibbs at plus 2,500 has not received a single vote. Alongside, and then Hendon Hooker and Anthony Richardson are tied at 20% of the vote. Now, on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, a guy that does a fantastic job for Bama Online 24/7 Sports. He is one Charlie Potter, and we're going to be previewing the Alabama game this weekend. We talking football. We talking football games, live games. Charlie, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm great, guys. Thanks for having me.
Now that we get to the nitty-gritty, we get to actually playing the football games on the field. We don't have to deal with Jimbo and Saban going back and forth with a war of words. We're just going to wait till October the 8th to see, well, probably Saban destroy Jimbo and Bama.
Probably.
But first, we got Utah State. Utah State coming over and defeating UConn last week, which honestly it's UConn. But what are some of the things that you see with Utah State that could possibly pose as a threat to this Alabama Crimson Tide?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the list is very long, and no offense to Utah State. I think they're a good team. Like I think I don't know. Going into the season, I thought they were better than Vanderbilt, but Vanderbilt really impressed in week 0. But no, I think that Utah State has a veteran quarterback. That's always a plus for any team. I think Logan Bonner is a good player and can do some things. I think they have a good running game. The thing that would concern you if you're Utah State, looking at how they played against UConn, is they gave up a lot of yards on the ground defensively. And I heard you just mention Jahmyr Gibbs. If you're Gibbs and Jace McClellan and these running backs, given that the offensive line has come together here in the preseason, you got to be licking your chops a little bit, thinking that you can kind of have your way on the ground. And then, you have the reigning Heisman Trophy winner coming back that can do some things through the air. So I don't think it's just a cakewalk by any means. I mean, Utah State won 10 games last season. I think they were undefeated on the road. That's not going to continue this year, but I think it can be a good first game, and especially a good test for Alabama before they go on the road to Texas.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Personally, I'm excited to see how the new wide receiver core is kind of going to shape out, especially with the loss of such key players like Mechie and all of them, but being replaced by true freshmen Kobe Prentice and other guys such as Trayshawn Holden and Jermaine Burton. I just kind of want to get your opinion. Just how could you see this wide receiver core develop potentially over the season, or even as little as just the Utah State game?
Yeah, I think going into the preseason, it seemed like they had one, maybe two guys kind of solidified. And, of course, that was Jermaine Burton, having been the most consistent receiver since he really stepped on campus. And then we saw Ja'Cory Brooks step up last year, whether it was when Jamison Williams was out for the Iron Bowl for targeting, or whether it was when Williams and John Mechie both went down with injuries. He stepped up as a true freshman. I was kind of surprised a little bit to see him not listed as a starter, Ja'Cory Brooks, but he's going to play a lot. But they needed other guys to step up, and I think both Trayshawn Holden and Kobe Prentice have done that. Kobe Prentice was the only true freshman to have sole possession of the starting job on that week 1 depth chart we got yesterday. And while it wasn't really surprising to see him up there, I think given some of the guys they have coming back, it was a little bit of a surprise. I think when JoJo Earle's healthy, he can certainly help this group. When Tyler Harrell is comfortable with this offense, I think he can make an impact. You have some other guys, whether it's Christian Leary, Aaron Anderson, Kendrick Law, some of these younger players I think can certainly help, but they need just consistency from that group. I think they have a lot of talent. It's just they're relatively inexperienced from top to bottom, at least in an Alabama uniform in this offense. So I'll be interested to see just how they look in this first game, and then, like you said, just how they take those next steps in the games to follow, because I think they can certainly help out this offense. I don't see anybody making a Jamison Williams-like impact, but I think as a group, these receivers can certainly help this offense.
Now, going away from the younger guys on the team, I want to look at that defense because, I mean, it's full of just experienced players and guys that are ready to hit. But against Utah, this might help out Utah fans, I guess. But where are some of the softer spots in that Alabama defense that Utah might be able to exploit?
I think the biggest question mark right now is at corner, because looking at that depth chart, that was really the only spot that was still up in the air. You had co-starters at both corner spots with Kool-Aid McKinstry and Eli Ricks at one, and then Terrion Arnold and Kyrie Jackson at the other. I think they like all four players. They just want to see them be more consistent. And, you got to say that guys like Kyrie Jackson and Eli Ricks have missed time this preseason because of injury. That's certainly going to have an impact on that position battle. But, it's opened up opportunities for a guy like Terrion Arnold to get some valuable reps. And while I think that competition's still ongoing, even here on Tuesday of game week, those guys can be effective. They just need to do it on a more consistent basis. And I think that's the position, for me at least, that I'll be looking at the closest this Saturday. Utah State has to replace a lot at the wide receiver position, and they have some talented players. Even a guy like Xavier Williams, who Alabama fans are familiar with, having started his career out with the Crimson Tide. But yeah, the cornerback spot, that's the biggest one. I think I'll be interested to see the defensive line and how that looks, maybe inside linebacker. But for me, it kind of starts and ends with cornerback on defense.
Charlie Potter on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline with us. You can follow him on Twitter at Charlie_Potter, 24/7 Sports, part of the BamaOnline.com network. Charlie, as we go back into the defense a little bit, one guy that I've been hearing name a good bit around with media around Tuscaloosa is Jaheim Otis. And just elaborate on what all the Alabama players are saying about him and what impact could he have on this upcoming football season.
Yeah, that was another one when you look at that depth chart. I think DJ Dale's going to be the starter there, but he was listed as a co-starter along DJ Dale. And DJ's played a lot of football here. He's been a first-team contributor since he was a freshman 3 years ago. Going to his senior year, you expect big things from DJ Dale, but I think that says a lot about Jaheim Otis and his progress and potential. You look at the preseason and things that we've heard publicly. Nick Saban, Pete Golding, when asked about the defensive line and the interior pass rush there, and maybe some guys that can provide depth, they both mentioned Jaheim Otis, and that's without Jaheim being mentioned to them. So I think that says a lot about the young guy. And then a guy like Will Anderson, asked about Otis specifically, he just talked about how he'll be watching film, and he gets a little bit distracted by some of the things that Jaheim Otis is able to do. That's very high praise coming from Will Anderson, who's a guy that, he doesn't mess around. He's not, when he's watching film and doing things in that building, he's locked in, laser focused. And for a true freshman to catch his attention like that, I think says a lot. So I'll be interested to see how much Jaheim Otis plays. I think he can make a contribution and get some first-team minutes, but the way that this kind of hype train has been rolling, it's left the station. And if you want to get on that train, you're going to have to hop on because it's just been taking off here of late.
No, fully understandable. But I feel like I have to ask you this question because every Alabama fan has this game marked on their calendar. But just personally, how excited are you for the Texas A&M Alabama game in Tuscaloosa?
As someone that isn't going for entertainment or pleasure, is going for work, it's probably going to be a headache that week if I'm being honest. Just the questions about Jimbo and last year's game. I mean, heck, we've been talking about that since the summer with their back and forth in their press conferences and things like that. But I think that Texas A&M, given how last year played out, even had all this stuff not happened off the field this offseason, that was going to be the biggest game on Alabama's schedule. It's at home. Those players remember that feeling of losing in College Station. And, you want to see what Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M can do from a development standpoint and bringing along some of these recruits that have made headlines this past cycle. So I think I know that it's going to be the most hyped game on Alabama's schedule. I think it falls right in the middle of a pivotal point on the schedule with a road trip to Arkansas before, a road trip to Tennessee after. But I get completely that that's one that everybody has circled. I think they're not going to say a lot about it publicly, but Alabama's players and coaches have that circled. And while they said a little bit about it at SEC Media Days, we won't hear anything about A&M again until that game week. And they're not going to say much publicly, but I think they'll be highly motivated for that one, no doubt.
And now I want to know, okay, I know you don't want to look forward in the season too much because, we play one game at a time. But has there been more talk, do you think, about the Texas-Alabama game over the Utah State-Alabama game? And what have people been really saying about it?
Yeah, I don't think people are just gathered around the water cooler and breaking down Utah State's roster and things like that. No offense to the Aggies, but I don't see that happening across the state this week. I think people are looking forward to that road trip to Texas. Alabama on the road, you have those road whites. And it's a little bit of a different season because you don't have that season opener against a Power 5 team at an NFL stadium that we've all seen for the last, decade plus. So having kind of a down opponent, for lack of a better word, as the season opener, I don't think is as exciting, but having a blue blood program like Texas that has a lot of ties to Alabama, whether it's with Steve Sarkisian, the coaching staff, or some of the players that have moved on and transferred to Texas, I think that's one that people are looking forward to. I think if A&M wasn't on the schedule, I think that might be the one that fans have maybe circled the most, just because it's a road trip. You want to see how Alabama performs against a Big 12 team, things like that. But, no, I think that people have probably already kind of turned their attention to Texas a little bit. I think they're excited to see the season kick off, see the team, to see some young players, but they're looking forward to that road trip to Austin.
Yeah, and, we haven't seen Alabama go up against Texas since, 2009 now?
Yep.
Oh, geez. So it's gonna be cool to see them play against the team that's soon to be in the SEC, and it'll be a nice little early test for the Texas Longhorns, so...
Nice tech. You're calling Alabama a test against Texas? Are you kidding me?
Well,
Anyway, Charlie Potter, BamaOnline.com, on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. And Charlie, as I was leading you in, I mentioned about Heisman odds for a couple of the long shots for the Alabama Crimson Tide. One being Jahmyr Gibbs and the other being Will Anderson, both at over plus 2,000. Jahmyr Gibbs' odds has gone completely up, exponentially in the last couple of weeks due to what has been going on with camp. How much of an impact is he going to have with the Bama offense this year compared to, say, Brian Robinson last year?
Yeah, I think that's interesting, especially from a comparison standpoint, because Brian Robinson had been in the program, and then Alabama had a lot of injuries at the position. So he was the bell cow early. He was even more of a bell cow late because of availability of other players. But I think this running back room is really deep right now with Jace McClellan and Roydell Williams, Trey Sanders, all back. You add Jahmyr Gibbs to that mix. You could realistically roll out 4 players at the running back position. I don't know if they will, but I think Jahmyr Gibbs gives them an added dimension to where you can move him around the formation. You could have him on the field at the same time, maybe flexed out wide, and have McClellan or somebody in the backfield alongside Bryce Young. So I think whether it's running the ball, obviously, catching the ball out of the backfield, or being a part of the receiving game, and then being a returner, being Alabama's primary kickoff returner, he's going to get a lot of opportunities, a lot of touches. And, yeah, I see him, I can see why he's a dark horse candidate for the Heisman Trophy. I don't know, based off the depth of that position, if he can, get an invite to New York. But, look at Alabama's Heisman Trophy winners since 2009. 2 have been at the running back position, and a lot of the times they have had the same situation where there's a lot of talented players in the same room as them. So I think he's poised for a big year. I'm really interested just to see how they utilize him and in which ways to start the season. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a big year for Jahmyr Gibbs.
Well, Charlie, I got a couple more questions right here. Speaking of the Heisman, since the year 2000, there's only been 3 non-quarterbacks to win the Heisman Trophy, and all 3 are Alabama Crimson Tide players, which is just absolutely amazing to me. But looking at last year's stats for the transfers from Georgia and Georgia Tech, Gibbs and Burton, are we going to see Jahmyr Gibbs have more receptions than Burton this year, like last year, or is Burton actually going to have a little bit more on the receiving load this year?
No, I think that's why he chose to transfer to Alabama, to go to an offense that likes to utilize the wide receivers and an offense that has to replace a lot from last season. I don't think Jermaine Burton's going to come in and put up Jameson Williams-like numbers, but I certainly think he could be a guy that almost doubles his receptions from last year at Georgia. He has a good rapport with Bryce Young. Again, he's been the most consistent receiver since he stepped on campus. And I think that it's going to be maybe a little bit of growing pains for some of the younger players. I think they've done some good things this preseason, and that could be a situation where Bryce really leans on Jermaine earlier in the season. So, yeah, I don't think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have more catches than Jermaine Burton. More touches, yes, but I think it's a situation where Jermaine Burton should be a guy that's either at or near the top of the receptions list whenever the season's over.
Last but not least, Charlie Potter, BamaOnline.com, on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. This is obviously, we got a big spread. This is one of those where it's a tune-up weekend, getting ready for Texas. What is the ultimate, if we end the game and we're going post-game, what would be the ultimate ideal situation for Alabama post-game or after this game?
No injuries. Everybody's healthy. The offensive line has a very productive day. Bryce Young's jersey is spotless. They're able to have a balanced mix of passing and rushing in this offense. And the defense, they don't allow any big plays, no explosive plays or, broken plays in the secondary, things like that. I think the list is long, but first and foremost, you want to stay healthy because they've had some guys be banged up this preseason. But, no, I think that just to see things are clicking, whether it's up front along the offensive line, whether it's Bryce Young getting the ball to his receivers and then catching it, or just, the defense, especially the back end, its ability to limit some of the explosive plays. I think if they're able to do all that, yeah, that's a very successful first game and gives them something to build on going into week 2.
Charlie, much appreciate the time, sir, and let the people know how they can read your stuff and interact with you on the social media.
Yeah, just over at BamaOnline.com. Just posted a story actually before I got on with you guys from play interviews, and we'll have plenty throughout the week, and I'll post my stuff, and then Travis Ryer, Hank South, Kurt McNair, all their stuff on Twitter, and that's at Charlie_Potter.
Charlie, much appreciate the time, sir, and we'll be reaching out to you in the future.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks, Charlie.
Charlie Potter, BamaOnline.com. Excellent work.
Yeah.
Those guys at BamaOnline.com do.
Yeah, I did great job. But
good job.
Whenever I was talking about the Texas thing, like Alabama being a test, it's more like whenever you get into class and it's your first day of school and the teacher drops you your final exam, and they're just like, all right. You should know everything. Get to work. If you fail, you're just not going to make it to the SEC.
Oh, man, what school did you go to? That sounds brutal.
I don't know, but Captain Cool, I don't need to be going to that type of school.
Yeah, first day of school, they drop your final on you and say, here you go, pass or fail.
Look, I'm not saying that that's ever happened to me, but that's pretty much what's going on with Texas. They're not just testing the waters out in the SEC. They're going straight to the final exam, okay? So that's what I was meaning by that. They're going to have a tough matchup week 2. But you know what? Alabama gets a nice little breather week 1, and we'll see what happens. Maybe week 2 could also be a breather because I know the rest of the first 4 games really aren't anything to scoff at, except for that Vanderbilt game. Okay, they're built differently this year. Right. Did you see what they did to Hawaii? Okay. Jeez, they put them in the water and let them drown. That's what they did.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we get back, it's going to be What's Cool Time with Captain Cool.
Oh, yeah.
You are listening to the afternoon Blitz.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up
Listen
at
up,
all?
sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for a 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the tables. Sign up at BetUS.com or call 1-800-99-BET-US and get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.
Quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing. We have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates. Residential, commercial, industrial, replacement or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Bailey Custom Boats. We knew our boats were special when we would stop at any outdoor store to stock up on supplies for a boat trip, only to come back out to the parking lot and see people standing on and around our boat and a confused sales rep telling them it's not for sale and they don't even have that type of boat. Fast forward a few years, and now you can buy your very own one-of-a-kind Bailey custom boat. We hand cut our wood from cypress we pull from the river in Mississippi. There's a lifetime warranty on the bill, faster and more maneuverable like a ski boat, and better fuel mileage than any pontoon on the market. With 350 horsepower, a Bailey custom boat will go 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds. And our custom boats are Coast Guard approved for offshore and virtually unsinkable. We'll be showcasing our custom boats at different lakes over the next few weeks. Find out where at BaileyCustomBoats.com on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. We're taking orders now for 2023 delivery from April to May. You gotta pay to play. BaileyCustomBoats.com.
AVIQ. Who is AVIQ? AVIQ is audiovisual the intelligent way, where we put our IQ to work for your AV needs. With more than 100 years combined experience in audio, video, and automation, our team of experts is dedicated to one thing, helping you discover technological solutions that make your home special. Once you experience a game or a movie on one of our state-of-the-art home theater systems, you may never leave the house again. AVIQ can build the entire system for you or provide the quality components if you're a do-it-yourselfer. But AVIQ is more than just home theater and state-of-the-art sound systems. We offer a variety of control options for home technology. Energy efficiency, heightened security, and improved quality of life are all attainable through the automation of home systems. Intuitive and user-friendly control is our main priority in designing a system that meets your needs. Don't just take our word for it. You need to see it to believe it. Come visit us at our state-of-the-art showroom on University, just east of Jim and Nick's, across from AT&T, or visit AVIQHSV.com.
What's the matter, honey? Can't sleep?
Ugh, it's this heartburn. At night, it's the worst.
Heartburn? Again?
Yeah, I'm done with it. I'm going to kick acid with Rolaids.
Rolaids Advanced goes to work instantly for powerful relief of your worst heartburn, bloating, and gas.
Feeling better?
Much better.
That was fast.
Mm-hmm.
Kick acid and gas with Rolaids Advanced.
Welcome back, everybody, to a Tipsy Tuesday, and I'm jamming to this song, you know. Yeah, very nice. Welcome back to the Afternoon Blitz, everybody, on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio, and make sure you guys are watching us on the stream at WZZN TV, both on YouTube and on Twitch. That's exactly what, because you're going to see the ass boys chilling out behind this table, this big table, talking about random stuff. Yes. Thank you, Smokey.
You're welcome.
To my right, Smokey, behind the glass. Smokey! And to my left, the Bandi man. Yeah, perfect. Now, guys, we got a lot to talk about, but not as much as you'd think, because, the stories are a little kind of thin today, but, we're still going to talk about what's cool.
It's getting hot in here.
That's a spicy meatball.
Spicy meatball!
So it's time to cool down with Captain Cool.
No.
You know what cool is?
What?
You're looking at.
That's right. All right, first things first, boys. We got some QB drama coming in the form of Baker Mayfield. If you guys seen it, it's probably all over the social medias as we speak. He called out the Browns, according to Cynthia Freeland. There you go. I should practice these names before, and I do, I swear. But they just slip my mind as soon as I get to them.
You are correct. It is Cynthia Freeland, and she does a great job cracking numbers for NFL.com.
Exactly, yeah. So I heard this on the podcast, and she said that she was yelling out to Baker and being like, hey, it's so cool to see you and all that stuff. She was talking all that stuff. She does a lot of stuff for the Bills and stuff. And he yelled back something a little vulgar about the Browns. And he said what he was going to do week 1. He said, I'm going to F them up. Yeah, that's what he said. Did you get scared for a second, Smokey?
Dang.
Did you get scared? Yeah.
No.
He said, I'm going to F them up. And now this may be just Cynthia just saying stuff, but I don't think so, because she's kind of a source to go to when it comes to a lot of football stuff. So yeah, she said on the interview that's exactly what happened, and referring to the Browns week 1, and there's a pretty good chance that might happen, but let's go into this a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys with this story. Okay, I love the Browns, but what they did to Baker was a little dirty. Now, how, you may ask? Well, they gave up this guy for an alleged massage enthusiast. Okay, they gave Baker up, and they got a guy that is known for his he gets massages, and he loves them. He loves the massages, and yeah, that's that's Deshaun Watson we're talking about. He's kind of the good guy in some forms and then the bad guy in others. So it's kind of 50-50. We don't really know exactly, but yeah. So Baker has his reasons. They have left guys like Baker pretty dirty. Same with Odell Beckham. The way it all just ended with that was just like, you don't want to leave, bad impressions on these players, and it should be the opposite way around. The players should be the ones that don't want to leave a bad impression on the team. But the Browns have just in and out, just terrible time losing these guys, and they really just do it to themselves. And it makes me sad, but they kind of they get what's coming to them. And yeah, do I want to see Baker go off against the Browns on the season opening? I do.
As a Browns fan?
As a Browns fan, yes. But I don't want Baker to beat the Browns. I want him to do very well, okay? I want him to do very well. So, hell no, I don't want to see Baker destroy the Browns, okay? I don't want to see that at all. But I would like to see his performance be very well. And just so he can prove a point, kind of, to the staff and, the crappy staff that we have, Jimmy Haslam as well. He's just like, hey, I still got it, and you guys left me out to dry. You should have just gave me some time. Now, I do have my speculations about Becker. Okay, or Baker. I said Becker. I forgot. I guess I had another name. Who was it? Mike Becker? Yeah, I had Mike Becker still in my head. But yeah, no, Baker Mayfield, it's just, but I feel bad. I feel bad for him in the way that the Browns left him. But I feel like being on the Panthers is just going to be 10 times better for him. I feel like this is the fit that he needs. He may be a little short, okay, and he may be having to go up against some crazy NFC D lines, but but he will. You got you on that one, Smoke. He was just quick with it.
He didn't have to do it to me. He did it to you.
I know, but still.
that was all meant to be to me.
The always reliable.
No, this is for everybody.
The always reliable producer, Bandi Man Lowry. So I got like 2 producers now. I wish I had a board, but you guys I'm not allowed to, I guess, because I guess the sounds that I would put on are going to be crazy. But yeah, he deserves a chance at success because the Browns they just weren't the team for him, and I really hope he plays well against the Browns. But I don't want him to actually F them up, okay? Because I want to watch the Browns actually win, and they haven't won a first games in regular season in forever. So the closest they got was tying with the Steelers like 2 years ago. And I think that was the year. Yeah, no.
see, I don't have that sound on me, but it's true though. I do want Baker to succeed a little bit too, because you're right. I do feel like going to the Panthers overall is going to be a better move for him in the long run, and I do think he will have a chance to thrive. But on the opposite end, I do kind of hope he does beat the mess out of the Browns.
Okay.
I'm not sorry.
And you know what? I will say...
Sorry, not sorry.
I respect that because the Browns are a little questionable at times, especially right now because the way they're going about their QB situation and just everything they're doing over there, and then getting to actually see Deshaun Watson and Jacoby Brissett play a little bit during the preseason, it just kind of made me a little bit more worried. I was just like, dang, like this is what we got? Like that's all? Jacoby Brissett didn't play too well. He didn't do terrible, but he didn't play well. And then watching our future quarterback, the guy that we're paying millions for, Deshaun Watson, I mean, we got to see a little bit of him in game 1 of the preseason. Jeez. Like, I mean, he looks like he knows what he's doing, but at the same time, I don't think we have the wide receiver core to really accompany that.
You mean wide receiver core?
2. We have 2. We have 2 wide receivers.
How many?
2. Deshaun Watson is going to be passing to, who I hope will still be here, week 11. He's going to be passing to 2 guys. I'm talking about Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones, okay?
Are you sure it's going to be Peoples-Jones or Njoku? Either or?
Njoku as well. Sorry. I forgot. I left him out. Njoku as well. And he, have you heard what Njoku's trying to do? He's trying to get, I think, Odell Beckham back on the Browns. He's just like, come on back. It's a different vibe over here.
Well, hey, there was a former Browns player who did just get cut. Josh Gordon just got released by the Chiefs.
Oh, sheesh.
So you get Josh Gordon and Odell could come back.
I used to love Josh Gordon, okay? He used to be one of my favorite wide receivers. Seeing him play, he was number 13 his first year. And as you guys know, he went off when he was number 12, his second year. And then after that, the whole situation with him getting into that cush, he couldn't stay away from it. He couldn't, just handle his weed a little bit better. He kind of just fell off at that point. Came back with the Seahawks, and that didn't work out. And then he went to the Chiefs, and that didn't work out, apparently. So
just reported today.
Maybe, really, was it reported today?
Yep.
Wow. Well, this is very timely. I mean, the Browns might know what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to pick up some wide receivers. Josh Gordon's available. He's a train wreck. Odell Beckham, he's a train wreck. Sounds perfect for the Browns to pick him up and go with a little second round. They're going to have a second round of those 2 knuckleheads. But if they do pick up anybody, I mean, I don't know if I'd want them to pick up those 2. Josh Gordon, I don't think can perform at the level he used to be able to, and Odell Beckham has kind of just always been kind of overrated in my opinion. I've always thought he was a little overrated. So it's anything could really happen with that situation. But yes, I think Baker Mayfield. I respect his words and what he has to say. I think he's finally getting his swagger back though. So we should have that sounder where it's like, I got my swagger back.
I think I got my swagger back.
Exactly. Yes. Whenever I say anything about swagger, I want you to just, I don't want you to play a sound of it, Bandi. I want you to say it yourself.
You want me to say it?
I want you to be the one.
He wants your words.
I want him to say it. I want you to be the sounder. But seeing this comment, it reminds me of Oklahoma Baker Mayfield. He's just like, he's confident. He knows he's probably going to play well. And, I hope he does. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about because it's pretty cool to see him kind of having life back on his side because when he was the Browns, those years gone by, man looked a little bit more miserable than usual. But that's just me.
It's like bygone was the real Baker.
Yeah.
It's like he was just kind of just quarterback Baker, just play by the book Baker Mayfield, doing commercials in the stadium.
Yeah, I agree.
But now he's back. But I feel like he's going to get back to flipping off Kansas on the sideline, Baker.
Maybe he'll flip off Kansas City.
Hey, he's got Josh Gordon on his team. They might do it together.
I don't think they're going to pick up Josh Gordon. The Panthers, they're probably pretty solid right now, especially with DJ Moore and all the rest of the guys. So.
Yeah, 100%.
And didn't you pick him up, DJ Moore?
Oh, yeah.
You picked him up on the fantasy team?
Yeah, along with his 4 quarterbacks, 2 kickers, and 2 defenses.
Hey, I have a backup at every position. No conflicting bye weeks.
Conflicting bye weeks.
Yeah, no,
Let's take a look at it here.
Take a look at it, yeah.
Bandi, all right. Well, let's see. We'll go to the wide receivers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, among my wide receivers.
I'm not even going to mention the 4 quarterbacks because that's half the roster.
That's a lot.
Yeah, we drafted a lot. I filled out my team.
So wide receiver,
I had the last 2 picks.
So wide receiver-wise, you picked 10th, all right? You've got Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
You got Keenan Allen. That's 2. DJ Moore, 3. 3.
Should he have picked up a little bit more wide receivers?
3 wide receivers in a PPR league.
He's got
3.
He has QBs though. That's real estate right there. He
Yeah.
can sell them.
Running backs.
I do have Jacoby Brissett.
Najee.
Did you actually? You picked up Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah, he picked up Jacoby.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he picked up Minshew in the last pick too. Remember?
Yeah, Minshew's for the meme.
Najee is 1. Running back wise, Breece Hall is 2. And Ramondre Stevenson is 3.
Okay.
He's got 3 running backs.
I have 2 quarterbacks.
And he's got 2 tight ends.
And 2 quarterbacks. And 2 defenses.
Why do you got 4 quarterbacks?
You have 4 quarterbacks.
Oh, 4 quarterbacks, yeah.
Those last 2 picks.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Basically, 4 quarterbacks. Okay, I need another running back.
Another running back and a wide receiver?
He's thinking about it now.
Oh, wait, no.
Oh, crap.
Oh, wait, no. I need another wide receiver.
Yeah.
I have 2 tight ends, 2 defenses, 2 kickers.
Mm-hmm. You could maybe drop the defense.
Yeah,
for now.
you could drop the defense and the kicker.
I also picked up a second defense as well in the form of the Steelers defense, which I didn't mean to. I meant to pick up the Rams defense, but they weren't on the list, so I totally forgot about it. And I also made a meme pick, okay? I picked Deshaun Watson, not thinking that he was going to do anything, because he's not. He literally isn't going to do anything until the 11th week. But, well, actually, I think it's the 13th week or something like that. But, maybe if he starts playing well whenever he does play, maybe I could have a little sleeper right there, and he can pop out of nowhere. But one thing I will say I regret not picking is I regret not picking Njoku of the Browns, because Jacoby Brissett loves his tight ends.
Well, that would be your old man that picked up David Njoku, the other Cleveland Brown fan.
Yeah. So and last year he picked up Njoku as well, and he didn't do anything because nobody passed it to him.
Nope.
But this year he looks like he's going to get a few catches, because in his little bit of play time this last preseason game, he actually had like 4 receptions, and that was in like the first few drives that he was in. So that's pretty good.
Yeah,
good for him.
Yeah, I will say the reason I like having the defense, though, is because I don't want to have to pick up a defense later in the season off the waiver wire. That's just terrible. That could easily give me... That's either a bad matchup or it's just bad overall.
Yeah. You may have a few options.
Yeah, but it's like, then it gives me the options of like the Texans defense.
Yeah, you don't want that. But you'd probably have more than just the Texans.
Or the Vikings.
You two are going to get waxed by the real Slim Brady coming up.
Well, I'm playing Tom first.
My team's amazing. I'm playing unsolicited Dak picks.
Well, no. Like, I mean...
Which is a hilarious name when I actually say it out loud. It was that as well last year.
Dave's going to have to change that because that was his team name last year.
Exactly, yeah. So it's not going to be Dak picks anymore, but it's a funny name.
I'm no longer rolling with the Mahomes. I am the real Slim Brady.
That's a good name, though. I won't mind losing to you because Eminem he really is.
I got Grumpy coming out first, but Bandi is not got a bad name either.
Team Super Lamario.
I think it's a good name. Should I change mine to follow the trend, guys?
I seriously was going to make mine Camario. I was going to go Camaro with the Mario, but then I see...
It's Camario.
It's me, Camario.
Exactly.
I thought you had a good one, too.
But I mean, he took the Mario gimmick, so I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, there's plenty of video games you probably try to put his name for.
So I was just thinking about it. It was like, I got to go with Brady. I got to name something off of Brady.
Yeah.
Because John Boy last year, that Brady Gaga was a...
It was a good name. It was a good name. So I guess I will look into the names, and I will have to maybe come out with a different name, because the Tennessee Muds, solid. They won last season, so maybe it's just like I want to keep them going until I lose. You know?
Yeah, you could do that, but you've got some good people to work your team name.
Exactly.
I mean, you've got Mahomes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the main guy.
Mahomes.
I think I'll take. I came up with this rolling with the Mahomes. I came up with that a little bit ago.
Yeah, you did.
But yeah, moving on, guys, because we're still in the cool section of this talk show. We're gonna be talking about a woman here, Serena Williams. That's right. She is still showing her mettle in the professional level, and by that I mean who really doubted her? Because honestly, she's just. I mean, she may be older, but she still is a spectacular tennis player. Serena enters this year's U.S. Open at the age of 40, and if you remember earlier this month, she was talking about after this, this would be her first or her final U.S. Open because she plans on retiring after this year. But for now, let's talk about the present, okay? Because she kind of went off, okay? Serena had a powerful match against Danka Kovinic. I think I got it right there. Beating her 6-3, 6-3 in the sets that were played. And let me tell you guys, this 40-year-old is doing what most 40-year-olds cannot, okay? She was covering the entire court while also slamming the ball consistently. And her power is just ridiculously insane. And it left her opponent helpless, okay? If you watch tennis, guys, I watched this match. Holy crap. The girl couldn't keep up with her. I don't know how old this Kovanic girl is, but she's definitely younger than Serena Williams, and she just looked like she was out of breath. She couldn't do it. And the worst thing was, this just made me feel bad. You know the whole crowd's going to be for Serena. So every single time she scored, everybody went crazy, okay? And then whenever this younger girl, her opponent, which I'm going to actually look up her age because I feel like I'd be having a lot of pressure, especially in this whole, like this event going on. But yeah, whenever she was playing... how old is she? I looked it up. She's 27 years old. So yeah, that's a pretty big difference. But yeah, whenever she scored a shot against the Serena Williams, who was just amazing, and it's really difficult to do that. Nobody cheered. Everybody was just like crickets. They were just crickets, and I'm like, that's a little unfair. I feel like I'd cheer for the underdog, even if it is Serena Williams' last U.S. Open. Any points still, worth cheering about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, scoring against what's essentially the GOAT of female tennis.
Oh, yeah.
Women's tennis. So.
Oh, yeah. I would definitely say that she is the GOAT when it comes to that stuff. So she knows how to... She's going to keep going. I want to see how she can play. She goes up against, in the next round, against number 2 seed, Annette. Oh, this one's going to be even worse. Kontaveit. Annette Kontaveit. Yeah, and we can expect the crowd being in Serena Williams' corner in that matchup as well, because it's Serena Williams, and this is history she is making. If she could go on and destroy and win the U.S. Open on her last time going, I mean, I would go crazy, and I'm not really that big of a women's tennis fan. But Serena Williams is literally the GOAT of women's tennis, and that is history. And I've been talking about Albert Pujols quite a bit recently as well. And even him, I don't follow him as much as I used to. I don't follow a lot of baseball as much as I used to. But I still get crazy lit whenever these guys just keep performing at these older ages. And then they still got life to live afterwards. What are they going to do? What's Serena Williams going to do? It's not going to be with tennis, that's for sure. She made that clear.
Okay. Seems like she might go into fashion.
That actually makes sense. And right now...
I think she does have her clothing line.
She does, yeah, she does. And then we got Venus Williams is literally playing right now to the screen on our right. So we're watching that as well. Having a pretty close matchup with... I don't know who this person is. I don't know.
It looks like Venus didn't really have a good... first set, losing 6-1.
Yeah.
But it's tied 4-4 right now.
Yeah, right now. And yeah, it's looking like it is going to go the distance because this other girl, Van. Oh, geez. Why do all these names have to be so difficult? Jutvenk. Yep, that's a name. That's a German name for you. No, Belgium. Yeah, so same thing. I don't know if that's offensive or not, but whatever.
Oh, my God.
Phrasing!
Yes, thank you.
Moving on. That was actually great. Guys, today, this is not to do with any sports. This is not to do with anything. I was walking down my stairs, okay, about to leave to come to Huntsville. Crap you not, I always look at the bird bath to see if there's any birds. Behind the bird bath, there was a baby deer. A little baby.
Oh, yeah, I think... I saw the picture that Tom put out. I think it wasn't on your story too, if I remember right.
I put a story.
Tom put out a picture of a bird.
Did he put out?
It was a baby deer.
No, yeah, there's a baby deer. Yeah, did you hear that? Yeah, it went over your head.
Went over my head. Yeah.
But I saw it. I was like, whoa. And then I ran and grabbed my mother. And then Tom got the picture, and then he was like, look what Mom found. And I was like, I'm going to hold my tongue. There's not even any, it doesn't really matter. I'll give it to Mom. She can have this one, but, because she's probably dealing with it still right now. I told her to give me updates on it, but yeah, no, that was a pretty crazy experience. We live in the city of Winchester, which, guys, it's not like a real city, but it is like a little small town, but it is the city, okay? But seeing a deer out there, quite rare. Usually I see them on Old Winchester Road when I'm driving back, and there's like 17 armadillos, family of raccoons, and then there's this deer that just like stand next to the road. So that's usually when I see the most animals. But getting to see it right next to the house is pretty cool.
Dude, that was still the creepiest thing when we pulled into my driveway that one night. And it's like 11 o'clock at night, and we see 2 deer right in front of my driveway, and they're just staring at my car, and my headlights are glowing their eyes up, so they look like they're possessed.
Yeah, they were some freak deer.
But they were doe, so it wasn't that. So we weren't in any danger, but those were bucks.
Yeah, I'd just hit them at that point. No, I wouldn't. I'm not a country boy like that. You know, I'm from Rochester, New York. Play that sound. Are you gonna play the sound right now?
Nah.
I
thought I had one. I thought it would make sense, but nah.
He was going to click it, but before we head on,
I'll hold it.
Before we head on to our final break, guys, I want you guys to contribute your cool stories. If you have any. Bandi, do you have any cool stories, maybe focused around gaming or otherwise?
You know what? I do, because SNK, the people who made King of Fighters and Fatal Fury, their new game that they announced for Garou Mark of the Wolves, a sequel to a 1999 game.
Wow.
Will actually be a very big single-player focused release. So actually taking a fighting game, I'll just say fighting game because this is the first sequel to it. But taking a fighting game and then it seems like going a radically different direction with the sequel, but taking the same characters. I'm honestly for it. King of Fighters and Garou have some cool lore.
Yeah, I mean, now I feel like we're just in the play-by-play, but that's actually awesome to think about because, I mean, for a game that hasn't come out since 1990 whatever, I mean, they really can do whatever they want with that IP. It's up in the air. Nobody's gonna be like upset that they didn't make another multiplayer game that is focused all around fighting. Instead, they made this story where it's all about the lore of this old game that the name sounds awesome. Yeah. So
they did say online play and versus modes will still be a factor, and likely won't lose out on much since SNK can just take inspiration from KOF 15. But they will return to the story-centric game design fitting for Fatal Fury's comeback.
Nice. Fatal Fury. Nice. Now, I would go over to Mike, but I think it's time for us to go to the little break. Guys.
No. I just swapped a few things around. We're going to go all the way to the top of the hour.
Okay. Smokey.
Because I got a little cool thing that just happened today.
Throw them in, dude.
Well, did you guys see that Brian Robinson actually went up to the Commander's facility earlier today on crutches?
Jeez.
And he was doing his rookie duties and brought a whole pack of Oreos for the running back room.
Hell nice. Yeah. Good for him, dude. That's awesome. I really do hope that he comes back with just a will to destroy, because being taken out of the whole NFL and Commanders running back story just like that because of some I guess it's gang violence. Stuff's crazy. I don't know. Washington, D.C. is pretty close to Atlanta, I guess. I don't know.
What?
That's where this other gang violence was going on. So I don't understand it. But being able to just come back this quick, just from a carjacking or whatever, it really shows the strength in this kid right now. And I'm actually more of a fan of him now than I was when he was on Alabama. Seeing him come back like this. This is a movie in the making. Okay, this guy got shot numerous times. Thankfully, not anywhere terrible, but either way, being able to get in and out of the hospital that quick after a successful surgery, good job to them in D.C. I'm dumbfounded.
And one last thing before I hit the DF3 button right here, nice. But are you guys fans of the turnover props in college football?
Turnover props?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the turnover chain, all that.
Like the what was it? The trash can that the Utes, or not the Utes, the Hurricanes used to have, didn't they?
They had a trash can, I guess. I don't know.
They dunked in it and stuff.
Trash cans bring back bad memories for me. Don't even.
I won't.
Does Bandi even know what? Do you even have any idea, Bandi? Do you guys remember?
Man's about to get into his feels, I feel like.
No, I don't. I feel like you're about to get into like
Jones,
a deep.
Damn it!
I don't watch Alex Jones.
Lyle Allen Jones.
Yeah. Lyle Alex Jones.
Lyle Allen.
Lyle Allen Jones.
Betterly known as Butch.
Butch.
Who?
I don't know.
Butch Jones.
Oh.
Remember the turnover trash can his final year where Tennessee was complete Shiite?
That might be where
I thought you were going to go in a completely different direction with that.
But anyway, this is supposed to be what's cool.
Before you do that, I think I got mixed up with Hurricanes and Tennessee because they're both trash. At least they used to be.
I thought you were about to say
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
I thought you were about to say you got thrown into trash cans when you were a kid or something. I'm like, what?
I know.
What?
I'm scared. I was like, why didn't you bring this up yesterday when I was talking about the whole hazing thing with yesterday's guest?
No, but UNLV has busted out a turnover prop.
Yeah?
A slot machine.
Oh, I saw about that. That's awesome. It's the only thing they got going for them.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, let's roll this in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the DF3.
All right, so DF3 tonight I feel like playing. Tomorrow night's going to be a college football night.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to do college football for the DF3 tomorrow. But tonight it's a little back in the world of Major League Baseball, and I'm going with this tier play for an all-day slate, or not all day, all-night slate. And so in Tier 1, Mookie, Freddie Freeman, Trey Turner, or Julio Rodriguez. It's a lot of Dodgers in Tier 1. But, I mean, they're all averaging over 9.5 points, fantasy points per game. I like Mookie going tonight against Taijuan Walker over Freddie Freeman, Trey Turner, and Julio Rodriguez.
Always bets on bets.
Bandi?
Yep. Play the sound.
Bad Bandi.
I mean, I didn't think you'd be waiting for it. I thought you were just going to keep going on.
We got to get that bass piece in as well.
All right, but I got you.
Tier 2 for this one. Now, they have 6 different tiers, so this is just going to be the first 3. You guys are just going to have to trust your gut on the rest of them. But Tier 2, got Austin Riley over Rafael Devers, Starling Marte, Francisco Lindor, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. And by the way, that's another thing about what's cool that I was going to bring up. Bandi! Thank you.
I wanted him to do it while you went on to explain stuff.
Timmy Trumpet's at the Mets game tonight.
Really?
Oh, he's going to be there?
He's they've already done some interviews. He's at the game,
Heck
and
yeah.
If the Mets are called in the 9th, or if they call Edwin Diaz in the 9th, Timmy Trumpet's going to play live.
Oh, they have to call him since he's there. Please. Although, how big of a tease would it be if they just didn't call him?
He'd just be sitting there.
And last but not least, Tier 3. I like Dansby Swanson because the Atlanta Braves are going up against the Colorado Rockies. So it is just, yeah. The Rockies are terrible.
I created a graphic for that, all right?
The Rockies and the Pirates are so terrible with their pitching. You just got to go up against them. But I like Dansby over Pete Alonso, George Springer, Jose Altuve, Corey Seager, and it's Wilson Contreras because it's the Cubby one, not. Oh, Wes, what the hell are you doing? I was supposed to click on music.
Whoa,
this came out of nowhere.
That was supposed to be music. I messed up. I messed up.
We fluffed up.
He infiltrated the show.
We've got an announcement to make.
We show up. There you go. That's getting. You can really tell it is a tipsy Tuesday whenever the show ends like this.
All right, there. That's what I did. That's where I got. We go right. All right, Wes. You are no longer a part of this right here.
Make sure you guys come back tomorrow, please.
Well, what? Tomorrow's what? Wacky Wednesday?
It's a Wacky Wednesday.
Wacky Wednesday.
Might be
God.
something else when I do the intro, though. I might just surprise you guys.
Who knows what the hell we're gonna do here?
Yeah. I mean, we've got the power of 2 soundboards at our disposal. The sky's the limit.
It literally could just be a bunch of meme sounds. That's the show, everybody.
Anyway, we'll be back in 22 hours for a Wednesday. Well, actually, hell, I thought today was Wednesday. Damn it, I was ready for college football tomorrow.
Oh.
Balls.
Oh, well.
Bollocks.
Bollocks.
Anyway, we'll be back in 22 hours to give you guys 2 more wonderful hours, 120 minutes of fantastic programming.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Oh, yeah, whatever this is.
To the afternoon Blitz.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contract?
Here, the Tide will play in Austin week 2 against an improving Texas team. So having a tune-up